Welcome to the Moya Crochet Along, Mbali. Mbali is a Swazi word for flower. I'm excited to help you journey through this crochet along with a video tutorial. So we can get our supplies ready. I'm using the Moya double knit cotton, a 3.5mm hook. I have a scissors and stitch markers to help us as we work along. Round 1, we will use color 4, which is the main color for our project. I'm using silver. Starting with a slip knot, not too tight on our hook, we will chain 5. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Insert our hook into that first chain and pull the loop through and through the loop on our hook to make a slip stitch to form a ring. We're going to make 12 double crochet into that ring. So if you wish, you can start with a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then 11 double crochet into the ring. If you're familiar with a starting stitch, you can work your starting double crochet instead of the chain 3. One double crochet and into the ring for 2 double crochet, 3, 12 double crochet into our starting ring, and then you will just join with a slip stitch to our starting double crochet or the top of your chain 3, however you started this round. And you can fasten off. Round 1 has the 12 stitches. Round 2, using color 2, we're going to double crochet in one stitch and single crochet in the next. So 2 double crochet in any of the starting stitches. So again, you can join with a slip stitch, chain 3 for your first double crochet, or work a starting double crochet, and then place a second double crochet in that same stitch. So 2 double crochet and single crochet in the next stitch. And we'll do that 6 times. 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1, 2, and single crochet in the next. So repeat that around. At the end of the round, we will join to the top of our starting stitch and fasten off. So round 2 then we'll have the 12 double crochet and 6 single crochet for 18 stitches. So round 3, using color 3, I'm using kiwi. We are going to work back post single crochet around the single crochet of round 2. So find a single crochet, and I'm just inserting my hook around the back to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops for that back post single crochet, and chain 3. Then finding the next single crochet, insert your hook from the back around the front, back out to the back, pull that loop through, finish a single crochet. So we've done that twice. You want to work that 4 more times, joining to our single crochet at the end of this round, but do not fasten off. So at the end of round 3, you won't see it very much from the front. You will see those chain 3s going around the back of your work. Now I always leave my tails to sew in when I'm done a section, when I'm doing the video, so you will see my tails often on this. That's just in case I make a mistake and need to go back and fix it, that I don't sew my tails in right away. But round 3 will be those chain 3s on the back side of our work. And then continuing with color 3 for round 4, we're going to single crochet in that chain 1 space, or that chain 3 space. So single crochet, half double crochet in that same chain 3 space. We'll work 2 double crochet in that same space, another half, and a single crochet all in the chain 3 space to make a petal for our flower. And we'll work that in each of the chain 3 spaces around. Single crochet, half double crochet, 2 double crochet, so that's 1 and 2, another half double crochet, and a single crochet all in the chain 3 spaces. So you can go ahead and work that around, joining to our starting single crochet with the slip stitch at the end of this round, and you can fasten off. Round 4, then you will have those 6 flower petals. Round 5 and 6 we're going to be using color 1. I'm using African Mauve for mine. We are going to be working back post single crochet around the back post single crochet that we used, or that we made in round 3. So from the back around that post of that single crochet, pull that loop through to make a back post single crochet. And then we will chain 5. And this will be on the back side of our work as well. The front is facing, but all these chain 5s will be made around the back of our work. So back post single crochet, chain 5. So you can go ahead and work that all the way around. You will join to our starting back post single crochet. Once you're finished this round, do not fasten off. We will continue with this color. So you can see on the back of my work how we have these chain 5s all the way around our flower motif. Round 6, continuing with color 1, we'll single crochet in that chain 5 space and half double crochet, 2 doubles in that space, 1 and 2 double crochet, and then we're going to make 3 trebles. So yarn over twice into the space, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times for a treble, and we'll make a second treble and a third treble crochet, 2 more doubles, 1 half double crochet, and a single crochet all in that chain 5 space. So we'll continue that all the way around. Single, half, 2 doubles, 3 trebles, 2 doubles, a half, and a single crochet. So you can go ahead and work that around in each of the chain 5 spaces, and then you will join to our starting single crochet and fasten off once you've worked your way around. Round 7, using color 2 again, we are going to find those back post single crochet that we made in round 5 and work a back post single around those. So back post single crochet around the back post single of round 5 and chain 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll just continue that around those back post single crochet, chain 7. We will join to our starting single crochet to end this round, but do not fasten off. Round 8, continuing with color 2, we will place a half double crochet in that chain 7 space. 2 double crochet in that space, 1 and 2, and then we'll make 5 treble crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 treble crochet, 2 more doubles, 1 and 2, and then we'll end this petal with a half double crochet. And we'll work that around in each of the chain 7 spaces, 1 half, 2 doubles, 5 trebles, 2 doubles, and a half double crochet. So once you've worked that around with the 6 petals, you'll join to our starting half double crochet, and then you can fasten off. Round 1. We will chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch to the first chain to form a ring. And into the ring we will make 12 double crochet. So for the first double you can do a chain 3, or if you know a starting double crochet you can work that instead of the chain 3. The chain 3 will count as a stitch, and we want a total of 12 stitches. So I've got 4, 5, and 12 double crochet. Then we can go ahead and join with a slip stitch to the top of our starting stitch, but do not fasten off. "12 stitches. Round 2, you can do a starting chain 3 or a starting double crochet. We want to chain 2 more, and then in the next stitch we will work 2 double crochet, and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2. And we'll do that 4 more times. 2 double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next. When you've repeated that 5 times, we will make 2 double crochet in the last stitch, and then join to the 3rd chain or the top of your starting double crochet to end the round. So you should end up with those 6 chain 2 spaces and 18 stitches. Round 3, we will slip stitch into the chain space and work a starting double crochet or a chain 3 if you prefer. Chain 2, double crochet in that same space. Then we'll double crochet in each of those 3 double crochets from last round. Then we'll work a corner again, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the 3 stitches. Continue to work that around, joining to the top of your starting stitch, and do not fasten off. So between each of the corner spaces you will have 5 double crochet, and that happens 6 times around. Round 4, we'll slip stitch into that chain 2 space. Start with a double crochet or a chain 3 if you're more comfortable, chain 2, and double crochet in that same space for our new corner. And we'll double crochet in each of the 5 stitches. and ready for our corner again of double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So you can work that around, again joining to your starting stitch. You can finish off at the end of round 4. You will have 7 double crochet between those corner chain 2 spaces. Round 5, you'll use color 4, and starting in any of the chain 2 spaces, you'll double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. And then you'll just work a double crochet in each of the 7 stitches across. Ready for the next corner, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and so on all the way around, joining to the starting stitch and fastening off at the end. So you will have 9 double crochet between the chain 2 corner spaces. Round 6, using color 1, we will again start in any chain 2 corner space with a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Then you'll just work a double crochet in each of those 9 stitches for a total of 11 stitches between the corners, and working that double crochet, chain 2 in the corner spaces, joining to our starting stitch and fastening off at the end. 11 double crochet between the chain 2 corner spaces. Round 7, using color 2, we will start in that chain 2 corner space with a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and then we will just work a double crochet in each of the stitches across. So in those 11 double crochet, and working the corners with the double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, joining to our starting stitch and fastening off at the end. 13 double crochet between the chain 2 corner spaces. Round 8, using color 3, we will join in a corner space with the double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. We'll work a double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 5, and 6 double crochet. Now we want to locate down on round 4. So that's my last round of color 3. We want to find the 4th stitch. I'm just going to place a stitch marker there to find it a bit easier, and hopefully you can see that on yours then as well. We are going to work a front post quadruple treble around this stitch. So for a quadruple treble, we need to wrap the yarn over 5 times. So this is a very long stitch. I find it's helpful to try and keep my finger on these loops on the hook so they don't stretch out. We'll come down around that post of that marked stitch and pull up a loop. Then we'll yarn over and pull through 2. And as we pull through 2, we want to keep moving our thumb up to sort of hold or pinch those loops as we pull through, which helps keep uniform and even stitches without it stretching out too much. So 1 quadruple treble front post around that 4th stitch down on the round 4. Skip the 1 stitch behind and double crochet in the next 6 stitches. 2, 5 and 6 double crochet, and then we repeat that all the way around. So the double crochet, chain 2 double crochet in the corner space. Double crochet in each of these next 6 stitches. Quadruple treble, so remember that is 5 yarn overs, working down on that 4th stitch of round 4, pulling through, pinching our loops as we go up. Skipping the stitch behind and working in the next 6 stitches. So you can continue to work that repeat all the way around, joining to our starting stitch at the end of the round and fastening off. For round 9, we are going to be working another long stitch on round 5. So that's my first gray round here. You want to find the 4th stitch and the 6th stitch. So if you want to mark those, you can go ahead and do that. It'll just help as we work our stitches. So we want to start with color 4 for round 9 in any of those chain 2 corner spaces with double crochet, chain 2 double crochet. And we will place a double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. It's 3, 4, and 7 double crochet. Then we're going to work a 2 together stitch, and we're going to be doing the quin. I'm going to short form it to the quin stitch. So you're going to wrap 6 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. We'll make that front post around that first marked stitch. Pull up a loop, you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 until you have 2 loops left on your hook. Then we will yarn over 5 times again. 6 times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then around that second mark stitch on the other side of the quad stitch that we did last round. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 until there are 3 loops left. Then we'll yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, and you may find it a bit loose on top. As I said, if you can use your thumb to pinch along as you go, you can. The way I have to hold it for the video, mine get a little bit loose. I can't quite hold the same tension as I usually do. So then we will skip that quad stitch behind and double crochet in the next 7 stitches. 1, 2. Seven double crochet, which brings us to our corner stitch where we will work that double crochet, chain 2 double crochet again, and then repeating down the side. Okay, so you can go ahead and work that all the way around, joining to our starting stitch and fastening off. So wrapping the hook 6 times for that quin, going around the post of the stitch, pulling up a loop. Now you can see how I tend to turn my work sideways as I work these long stitches. I find it a bit easier to control the tension. The other thing you want to remember is that you're pulling the loop through towards the loop on your hook instead of stretching your hook out to the stitch, and that helps to keep this loop a little bit tighter. 3, 4, 5, 6, and down around the next stitch. And pull through all 3 at the end. Okay, and as we crochet the next round, even if the top is a bit loose, it will help to cover that up. So just want to point out when we're working such long stitches like that to watch your tension carefully. If you find that it's really pulling in your work and it is not laying flat at this point, you will want to work these longer stitches with 1 extra yarn over to give you a bit more length. You do not want these to pull, it should lay flat. So we don't want it to curve up, or we don't want it to be pulling down in between those peaks either. Okay, on the other side, if you're really loose with these, that they're flopping and not laying nice and flat like this either, you may want to take 1 less yarn over as you work your long stitches. You have to gauge that for yourself. If you're not sure how to tell, it's good to just stick with what is written and go with that. Okay, round 10, we will be using color 1, and we're going to be working long stitches again. So you might want to find those stitches again. So my matching color row 6, find the 4th stitch and the 8th stitch. That 8th stitch is also the 4th from that end. So we will start in any of the chain 2 corner spaces with our double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. And we'll double crochet in each of the next 9 stitches. That's 2, 4, 8. That was my mistake. We're double crocheting in the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we're going to work that front post quin treble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yarn overs, and down on our first marked stitch, that 4th stitch of round 6. And again, we will leave 2 loops on the hook, so pulling through until 2 loops are left, yarn over 6 times, and then around that next stitch, till there's 3 loops left on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, skip the quin 2 together from last round, and then double crochet in those next 8 stitches until you get to the next corner. Seven and 8 double crochet, and then ready to work that around on the other sides as well. So you can go ahead and finish that around. We will be joining to our starting stitch and fastening off again at the end of this round. Round 11, we will work in a similar way with our double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the corners. We will double crochet in those first 9 stitches, and then we will work the quintuple 2 together around the 4th and the 10th stitch on round 7, and then we'll work the last 9 double crochet. So you can go ahead and work this round as well, joining to our starting stitch and fastening off. Round 12, using color 3, we will start in a corner space again with a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. And then we want to work back post double crochet along around the first 10 stitches. I've done 8, I have 2 more to go. So yarn over, go from the back around the front, back out to the back, pull that yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2 twice for a back post double crochet. So you will work these back post double around the first 10 stitches. Chain 1, and we'll skip the quintuple treble 2 together. So we'll skip the 2 together stitch, back post double around the last 10 stitches of the side. Two, 3, 9, and 10 back post double, and then ready to work the corner again, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So you can go ahead, work that down each side, joining to our starting stitch and fastening off. So round 13, we want to use color 4, starting in the corner with that double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and then we will work a double crochet in each of the 11 stitches. We're then going to work a puff stitch in this 2 together stitch, 11 more double crochet up to our next corner. So I've worked my second side up to the puff stitch, so I've got those 11 double crochet across. So to work the puff stitch, we yarn over. We want to insert in those top 2 loops of the puff stitch and pull up a loop. We want to make sure the loop is as high as our double crochets. We'll do that 2 more times. And we do want to have a bit of a stretch in the top of that loop so we don't pull in our work too much. If you find it stretching a little bit too far and you want to try adding in a 3rd back loop as you work your puff stitch, you could do that if it's too stretchy for you there. But like I said, you don't want it to pull down either on the puff stitch. And then we'll just work those 11 double crochet to the next corner, and so on, working all the way around. We'll join to our starting stitch, but do not fasten off. Round 14, then we will slip stitch into the chain 2 corner space and work our starting double crochet, or a chain 3 if you prefer for this first double crochet, and then chain 2 and work another double crochet into that same space. We'll double crochet in each of the next 12 stitches. 1, 2, 11 and 12 double crochet, and then into this puff stitch we will work 2 double crochet, and then double crochet in the next 12 stitches past the puff stitch, which should take us to the next corner where we'll work that double crochet, chain 2 double crochet. So you can go ahead and work that all the way around, joining to our starting stitch, but do not fasten off. So for round 15, you will continue with color 4, make the double crochet, chain 2 double crochet in the corners, and double crochet in each of the 28 stitches down the side. Round 16, using color 2, we will start in a corner space with a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. We're going to skip this first stitch, then single crochet in the next 10 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 9, and 10. We're going to work a front post quadruple treble, so we want to yarn over 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over. We're going to come down and work it around this puff stitch from round 13. So make sure your hook goes around from the front, around the back of the puff, pull up your loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2, 6 times. We'll skip the 1 stitch, single crochet in 3 stitches. And then we'll work a front post triple treble. So yarn over 4 times, come down around the same puff stitch, putting the hook just under the quadruple treble that we made, pull up our loop, pull through 2, 5 times. Skip the stitch behind, single crochet in 3, yarn over 5 times again for the quadruple treble, and we'll come down around that same puff stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 6 times again for that quadruple treble. Skip the next stitch and then single crochet in the last 10. It's 2, 3, 4, 9, and 10. So 10 single crochet, skipping that first stitch of the side, making a quadruple treble down around the puff stitch, skip the stitch behind, 3 single, triple treble, skip the stitch, 3 single, quadruple treble, 10 single crochet. So you can go ahead and work that all the way around, joining to our starting stitch and fastening off at the end of this round. There should be 31 stitches each side, and then that chain 2 in the corners. Round 17 is our final round for our first week. We are going to be working a couple of stitches on this round 15 row. So in between these long stitches that we worked last round. So you want to count from the corner to the 14th stitch and mark that. And then we'll skip the 2 stitches and we'll mark the 17th stitch as well. And then using color 1, we will start in the corner space with a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. And we'll single crochet in these first 15 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4. So the 15th stitch should be just before that triple treble that we worked. We're going to work a front post double treble, so yarn over 3 times. We'll work around this 14th stitch, or that first mark stitch on round 15. To pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times, leaving 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over 3 times again, and then we'll go around that second mark stitch, the 17th stitch of round 15, to pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 3 times, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops for our double, treble, 2 together. So after the double treble, we will skip the triple treble and the next stitch. So skipping 2 stitches behind, single crochet in the last 14 stitches, and then working the corner again, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and ready to work your way around. You will join to the starting stitch and fasten off at the end of this round. We want to sew the flower attachment to our hexagon. So what I did was I just went around the post of the stitch between the last row of petals and through the back, and I just went around it a couple times with my darning needle and thread to secure the flower. I wanted to have a little bit of loose petals. You can decide how you want to sew that on. If you want to tack the petals down at the edges, you can do that as well. So we just want to attach it to the center of our piece to showcase the lovely flower.